Laker fans, how we doing? My name is Sammy Long. This is another Laker preview video, doing one for every game this season, kind of getting everybody ready for the upcoming Laker matchup. Lakers got a fun one coming up. They're playing Phoenix in Phoenix, NBA Cup game. We've already seen this matchup twice this year with the Lakers and Suns splitting the first two matchups. These are always fun games. I mean, it always feels like it comes down to a possession or two. Very good rivals. Feels like the rivalry is really kind of up the last few years. And the Suns are getting some stars back for the game. So we'll get into them a little bit later, but expecting a good one, and can't wait for it. Can't wait to see Laker basketball. So get into them a little bit later. Talk about some things I saw from the bench that could be better. But let's get to the elephant in the room. Let's talk about that third quarter. The third quarter Saturday night was rough. I know some Nuggets fans, not too fun for me. I'm sure all of you as well who know people from Denver. We just got to take it. Got to take it because the Nuggets really do own the Lakers. It's really frustrating. James Worthy said it after. It's really inexplicable. I don't know why the Lakers can't beat this team. It's the same bad movie script every time. It's like a bad rom-com, except we're the team that doesn't get the girl. And it feels like every time the Lakers come out, 6-point lead, doing well, running the offense, executing the game plan, and the Nuggets just kind of hang around. They're kind of like that jerk ex-boyfriend that's just kind of hanging around and waiting for you to slip up. In the second half, the Lakers just came out with no energy, and the ex-boyfriend stole her back. So it was pretty frustrating, and there wasn't a happy rom-com ending, at least for us. So hopefully that changes sometime. They just have a mental edge over the Lakers. I mean, they really do. I don't know what to say about it. It feels like every time the Nuggets they're stalking, they're waiting. I equate it to a fighter in boxing. I mean, there's some power punchers really just kind of wait for their shot, and they'll give away rounds, and they'll let the other fighter kind of get up on the cards and start feeling themselves. And then in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and then championship rounds, they land their shot. And that's what it feels like the Nuggets do every time. They're just waiting to strike. They're waiting to strike. They're hanging within striking distance, and they just kudos to them. I mean, out hustled. I don't know, that's not a talent thing, a 37-15 being outscored in the third quarter. That's not a talent. That's not even a coaching thing. That's a heart thing. That's the team kind of quitting, and you can just see it on their faces. They just looked kind of lost and seemed like there's no way this is happening again, and it was happening again. So, the Lakers are a very good team. I still feel like there's a lot there, but I don't know what is with third quarters. It's kind of become a running theme the last few years, whether it's been Frank Vogel or Darvin Ham or JJ Redick. I don't know if it's why they come out flat in second halves. Maybe it's the age of a LeBron, but LeBron had a good game. This team isn't that old, actually. Outside of LeBron, you take LeBron out of it, kind of the outlier. I don't get it. I don't know why they come out flat in third quarters. You think such savant basketball minds like LeBron, AD, it kind of be the other way around. Maybe they come out flat to start the game, and the second half adjustments would kind of take into effect. But they just haven't been able to do it, and I don't really know what the answer is. JJ Redick said, after that's not who we are, and I reiterated that to the team this morning. We showed them who we are on tape. It's not like a thing that weighed on me much yesterday. It was more about how we do focus on today and this week. It's a big week for us. Not that we're overlooking it, not holding people accountable, but it's an aberration to me. That's not who we are. So JJ Redick doesn't expect it to continue. I hope it doesn't continue. I think maybe that's a wake-up call a little bit after a 6-game win streak, and felt like maybe beating you lose to the Magic, and it was kind of a fluky game. The Lakers missed some free throws and let them back in it, and they hit some unreal shots. Kudos to them. Kind of felt like the Lakers thought they were just going to roll out there and get another win, and they got flat out embarrassed. There's no other way to say it. They got to get better at it, and stop digging holes for yourself, or stop these early leads Lakers get don't matter, because they just blow it all away. And hopefully they can learn from it. And maybe getting embarrassed like that is good for this team, in a weird way. Maybe it's getting kind of humiliated like that on a Saturday primetime slot kind of relocks this team in, and helps them in the future. Austin Reeves being positive, so try to spin it. We're gonna go to the next topic, bench progressing. I think there's some things here. But just a quick thing on Austin Reeves. He said, what are we, 10-6? We're still in a good spot, good spirits. I know you're going to unfortunately have games like this, games like the last game. There's a lot of, 82 games, a lot of games. Like I said, unfortunately, you're going to have some games like this. You just have to bounce back and go compete as hard as you can the next game. Totally right. He's got a good outlook on it. Austin Reeves really balled out in that game. He was one of the few guys that really really had good nights. He had 19 points. Not a lot of other guys showed up. Obviously, Anthony Davis had a really tough night with 14. He's been great all year. LeBron, 18. Reddish had a nice night, 2 or 3 shooting, 6 points. But then going to the bench. So looking at the bench progressing. So looking forward, we'll try to take some positives from that game. Gabe Vincent, Max Christie, maybe coming out of the shell a little bit. Max Christie was really impressive. 5 of 8, 12 points. Gabe Vincent was 3 of 5 or 7 points. So we're seeing some things there. We're seeing some signs of life, which is nice. Gabe Vincent took a nice little mid-range jumper watching the game. He was just confident. He seemed to be trusting his shot, and that's something you want to see from Gabe Vincent, especially in a pretty rough outing for the Lakers. Some things that they can build on. D'Lo obviously been really tough recently. 7 points, 2 of 9 shooting. That can't keep continuing. I don't know. D'Lo's so up and down. I like to defend D'Lo, but at some point you got to hit shots. He's not hitting shots, so don't really know what to say. Connect. Unreal rookie, going to be unreal. He had 9 points, came down to earth a little bit the other night, but he's been excellent, and he's going to continue to keep getting better and better. So, you look at this, he obviously slid down to the bench because Rui came back in and was healthy. He had 10 points on the night. You have a bench of Connect, and if Vincent can get it going a little bit, Max Christie can build on this performance. D'Lo, we know, is just kind of up and down, but maybe he can kind of, go on that second half tear that he did last year. I mean, you got a nice little bench there. And, God hoping Jared Vanderbilt's coming back soon. Kind of keep getting it's soon. Hopefully it really is soon. Because if you have a bench of, you move Cam Reddish back to the bench and slide Jared Vanderbilt in the starting lineup, Cam Reddish has been excellent. Cam Reddish has been scoring like 6-8 points a game. You have a lineup of Cam Reddish, D'Lo, Connect, Gabe Vincent, Max Christie. Obviously, you're going to need a center in there. So, but kind of off the bench, you got those guard plays, and Jackson Hayes. And kind of whoever's playing the best. That's a nice little bench that could score. And I think that you get the defense with the Cam Reddish and kind of let D'Lo do his thing and just worry about scoring, and Connect worry about scoring. And you get to have 2 elite defenders, Vanderbilt and Cam Reddish. So I hope that's coming soon. I do think the bench should get better as they go on. There's a lot of talent on this team. They've kind of been in and out of the lineup. Everyone's waiting for Vanderbilt. Rui was hurt. It was just a game where Anthony Davis didn't have a big night, and I think the rest of the starting lineup outside of Reeves really didn't pick up the slack. And LeBron, I guess LeBron had 18, so he had a good night. But I'm looking forward. We got to flush it. Done. Lakers are still, like Reeves said, 10-6, and looking for this game against the Suns. This Suns game, as I mentioned earlier, super exciting. These matchups are always must-watch TV. These two teams are not the biggest fans of each other. There's been some controversial finishes over the years. But super exciting. The Suns have not been playing very well recently. They're on a little bit of a losing streak right now. Their last game was a loss against the Knicks. They gave up 138 points. They did score 122, but 138. Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant have been out though, so the Suns got off to a really hot start of the year. In fact, at one point their only loss after like 10 games, if I'm not mistaken, was to the Lakers. They were like 9-1. Durant got hurt. Bradley Beal was hurt. So they're really testing that bench depth a little bit. In the loss against the Knicks, Booker at 35, he's doing what Devin Booker does. Tyus Jones has been a nice add for them. He came over in the offseason. Kind of the big knock on the Suns has been that they never really had a point guard with this big three, and they've tried to have Booker bring the ball up before, but it doesn't really work. Booker's better off ball, and Beal's not really a traditional point guard either. And his struggles have been highlighted the last few years. He hasn't really lived up to that contract they got him from the Wizards over. But Tyus Jones has been a really nice add for them. Royce O'Neal, very solid player. He had 17 the other night. Ryan Dunn's a nice rookie. He's out of Virginia. They've been really high on him. He's going to be good, and he's only going to keep getting better. He had 8 points. I'm excited for AD versus Nurkic. Nurkic had 14 points against the Knicks, 12 rebounds. Anthony Davis struggled against Jokic, obviously, and that's kind of been a recurring theme. Jokic has definitely had his number. Nurkic is a guy who's had his number before, too. And not earlier this year. AD went off against him, but I really want to see a nice rebound. And Nurkic in years past have had AD's number. And I think this is a big opportunity for AD to kind of get back on that MVP pace after Saturday. So excited for that. They go 4 deep on the bench. Josh Kogi, Bol is kind of their big man, Monte Morris, and Grayson Allen. So that's who. It'll be curious to see what the lineup looks like with Shams reporting Beal and Durant are returning for this game. So who does that knock down? Ryan Dunn's probably getting knocked down, and in Royce O'Neal probably going to the bench. So the bench is definitely getting deeper. The starting lineup will be Tyus Jones, Booker, Durant, Beal, and Nurkic. So that's pretty good starting five right there. The Lakers are likely getting back Jackson Hayes. That's a really big add for them. He's probable. He was really coming to his own before he got hurt, and at some stretch, he's going to need to dominate Bol. And I think it also throws some fouls at Nurkic a little bit. It can't just be AD. So God forbid AD gets in foul trouble, and then it seems like they kind of have the upper hand. Listen, the Laker guards got to match this to tomorrow, because they can't. They need to be able to match the output of a Devin Booker, a Kevin Durant. It can't just be Anthony Davis and LeBron. Reeves has really been establishing himself. He's been excellent. I'm looking for a rebound game from D'Lo. Want to see Max Christie and Vincent build on this. Like to see Jackson Hayes get some good minutes. And Cam Reddish is going to be crucial tomorrow, because I don't know if he's going to guard Booker or who, but he's been their excellent defender, on-ball defender. He's going to have to cause problems for someone, whether that be Booker or he's probably too small for Durant. But like it can't be all of them. When the big three are on for the Suns, they're tough to beat. But when you can kind of make them go to their bench, I think they got a weaker bench than the Lakers do, actually. They really rely on their big three, and hopefully he can kind of give Booker some help. So looking for a big rebound from the Lakers. Obviously, tough 2 games there, but the Lakers still 10-6, still got a lot to be proud about. I think if you asked a lot of Laker fans, 16 games in the season, if you would be 4 games over 500, I think most people would have taken that. But excited for the game. Can't wait. Alan will get you guys on the post-game show, and I will be back with another one for later in the week. So appreciate it. Thank you guys, and go Lakers.